I wasn't late, people. Just like y'all know, I was on time.
Yeah, this time y'all know I've been struggling with I'm either too early or I'm too late,
You know I'm gonna call you every time though.
every because like I look down at the phone, I'm like, who is this? Who is this? I'm like this, the area code. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Because you called me on the other phone, Big M. So bad, but my bad, y'all. Let's start it off like we always do. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976. Allowance is made for the fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research, y'all. Fair use. Oh my bad. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use, y'all. You heard me say it. You can't say I didn't. It's in the chat. It's in the description. Y'all know the rest. Shout out to the replay gang. Salute, salute, salute. Let yours truly know in the biggest M. I know, let us know how you feel. Drop an opinion. Again, we are all entitled to our own. We don't have to agree. And we can keep it moving, Everybody coming in and out of the live, if you could kindly take whatever finger you would like, real smooth like, real cool like, and tap on that thumbs up button for yours truly in the biggest M. I know, Um, comment, like the live, share the live in my TikTok voice, y'all. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It is free 99. Please do. It's free 99. If you would like to become a member, we do have that option over here. And me and Big M did talk about it, and we both agree. You guys would look way better in green over here. Grab you a spring jacket. Just saying. We got different levels and different perks that come with each level. Check it on out, folks. Yeah. And Bushwatchers, I see y'all up there. Salute. How you doing? Make sure you take whatever finger you could. Real smooth like, real cool like, and most importantly, real true like. Tap on that thumbs up for yours truly and the biggest M I know. Big M. Salute, salute, salute. What it do?
Salute. Yeah, 'cause I get offended when you don't hit that like button for me.
Yeah, y'all. Come on now. But we've been doing good with the likes. And then I just want to say shout out to everybody that's been tuning in, to us. It's been a good little journey, and we're still loving it over here. We still love it here. I still do, and it's all love.
For sure. So everybody hit the like button real nice and real smooth and real true. And we'll all get along. That's all I ask. If I got like 20 people in the room and I got like 10 likes, I got a problem with that. Hit the like button. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes, Big M, thank you. So real quick, we are gonna go into the case involving these two men in Florida and a little girl, y'all. But first, I want to just show y'all three little short videos because again, remember, thank you, Sarah. Oh wait, hold on, we got Sarah Ward. Shout out to my girl Sarah, aka the Tatted Sunflower. Salute, salute, Sarah. Thanks for pulling up on yours truly and the biggest M. I know, Sarah's a real one. I know she's being smooth with it. I know she's being cool with it, and most importantly, I know she's being real true with it. She said
What
like
family share? I'm sorry.
on.
I get excited when I get new people.
I know. Go ahead, Big M.
Welcome to the family, Sarah. Hope you
Yes,
enjoy
we
your
are
time.
family. Meet biggest M. This is the biggest M I know. Sarah. Meet Big M. This is my dog.
You'll know the crazy one. Well, no, I'm not crazy because she's the crazy one. I'm
Miss
the
Gemma, you're
not.
like Sarah. You're the quiet one. She's the real quiet one until she's not, and when she's not, by golly, watch
Oh
out.
yeah, that's Gemini come out in me. You bring out the other part, Laquita. You don't want to see Laquita, so I keep her
Please,
nice.
please don't bother Laquita, y'all. Leave Laquita alone.
We could do the other case too today too. Don't you think?
Yeah, I was gonna show these first, like they're both. These 3 clips are 2 minutes each, and then we were gonna go into the case we talked about. About how do you say her name? No, not. I don't want to slaughter it.
I don't want to slaughter you.
Yeah, guys. So we're not gonna do that. Because I know I've heard. I definitely did my research on this, but again, it's like you got to hear it a couple good times to not mess this name up, and I'm gonna do that for the little girl. You know, that's the least I could do.
Something like Alexia, I think it is, or something like that.
Okay. So real quick, y'all, we're gonna just check these 3 out because the first one, by golly, once you know, right up out of Detroit, yo. And guess what, guys? By golly, once you know, another daycare worker.
The images are disturbing. A Detroit mother says she walked into her child's daycare and found her one.
Real quick, mature audience. You cannot put an age on maturity. Mature audience only, please. Parental advisory of explicit content. And it might be not for your eyes or the people around you's eyes. So you can't say I didn't warn you. The news warned you. I'm warning you. Mature audience only.
Year-old baby covered in bruises and bite marks. Tonight, that mother says she is taking legal action against the daycare. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. That center on Detroit's east side is under investigation tonight, but police say it is not an abuse investigation. Our Kyla Russell is out at the center and she joins us live with more on this story. Kyla.
Hey there, yeah, I'm in front of Shaw's Kitty Corner. It's a child care center here at the corner of East Grand Boulevard and Mac. And it's in these.
That's, by golly, the straight hood of the east side.
Wait a minute. They said it's not investigated as a.
Yep. You heard that right, Big M.
What? Okay, let's play. I'm going back on you.
Only in America.
Only in Wayne County.
Child care center here at.
On this story, Kyla.
Hey there, yeah, I'm in front of Shaw's Kitty Corner. It's a child care center here at the corner of East Grand Boulevard and Mac. And it's in these doors that mom, Camry Bonnie, walked in to find her 1-year-old looking like this.
And now I'm just in complete, like, I can't see anything, I can't see anything. My first instinct is just to call her dad and get her to the hospital.
That's exactly what she did. Inside that hospital room, she took these pictures.
When I got her 2 children, she had bruises everywhere, bites everywhere, all over her body.
Camry tells me 1-year-old Kamiri had wounds on her scalp too. And you see this report here. Kamiri had to go to see an orthopedic specialist because doctors were so concerned about her leg, thinking the injuries could impact her walking.
Say hi.
Even today, although she's recovering, she's still on antibiotics because her hand wounds got infected.
A parent should be able to go to work or go handle their business, and you're getting paid to watch my child, and you let anything happen to her.
Camry reported it to police. They tell me they're investigating, but not as abuse. I called the care center today.
How may I help you?
They tell me they don't have a response. According to the incident report from the child care center, 2 children tried to take a toy out of her hands when this happened. The report says Kamiri had a couple of scratch marks on her hand and on the back of her finger.
We don't know what the employee to child ratio was. They haven't even explained the incident appropriately to this mother.
And Camry tells me she plans to take legal action.
Like, you betrayed me and you hurt me, and nobody should trust their kids going there.
I wouldn't trust my 1-year-old going any daycare. I'm sorry. She can't talk. She can't tell what they doing to her.
Big, can you hear me?
I said I wouldn't trust my 1-year-old Any daycare.
I agree. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. And remember, we were just talking about this, y'all. But we're gonna go to the next story, okay?
Just say hello. Every tool you already use.
Robert Buskey was sentenced to 27 years in life for second-degree murder and criminal sale of a controlled substance to a child. To put it into perspective, the judge is calling this the most cruel happened in County.
And by being prosecuted here, I understand the reasons that everyone looks at me as a monster.
Falling down his face. There's no excuse for what he did. Those actions of his 5-year-old daughter.
I take responsibility for what happened to Charlotte Jackson, and I just everyone that was involved in that had.
Assistant District Attorney Chris recounting visiting the Elmer Avenue home where Buskey side where Buskey's daughter died, starved and dehydrated.
She didn't even have a bed, but rather a pack. She was full where she spent her final days alone.
Termonte says a makeshift cage was in the dining meant for Buskey's 3-year-old son. Cocaine was found in the systems of both children. She says a prison sentence
I don't even know what else to say about it other than the definition of depraved. Wicked, inhuman state of mind. He didn't just leave her and forget about her. He tortured her.
with clear disdain in his voice. Judge Matthew Sipniewski saying only a person who lacks empathy would be capable of murdering a child in the way Buskey did.
You're going to be locked up yourself, for the rest of your life. And it's already been mentioned, in conditions better than your own daughter suffered. Which I suppose is how it should be.
Buskey's son is now staying with his uncle. We heard.
You want to say about this one, yo?
We really didn't hear it. It kept skipping.
What? Say what? All right, let me run it back, y'all.
Heard from Terminal. Robert Buskey was sentenced to 27 years in life for second-degree murder and criminal sale of a controlled substance.
Big N, let me know if it starts skipping again, yo. Okay? Please.
I kept hitting my button. You ain't watch my thing on and off.
Big N, I be getting distracted sometimes. I was so focused in on this case, yo. This is crazy. The both shorties had Ye in their system diabolically, yo. Yeah.
Robert Buskey was sentenced to 27 years in life for second-degree murder and criminal sale of a controlled substance to a child. To put it into perspective, the judge and horrific this happened.
I deserve it. I understand why I'm being prosecuted here. I understand the reasons that everyone looks at me as a monster.
With tears falling down his face, Robert Buskey saying there's no excuse for what he did. Those actions causing the death of his 5-year-old daughter.
I take responsibility for what happened to Charlotte Jackson, and I just want to apologize to everyone that was involved and that had it affects.
Deputy Chief Assistant District Attorney Christina Termonte recounting visiting the Elmer Avenue home where Buskey kept his kid closed off from the outside world. It was a room locked from the outside where Buskey's daughter died, starved and dehydrated.
She didn't even have a bed, but rather a passion play that was so small she was forced to lie in fetal position. And that was the place where she spent her final days alone.
Tremonte says a makeshift cage was in the dining room meant for Buskey's 3-year-old son. Cocaine was found in the systems of both children. She says a prison sentence does not feel like justice, but it's the best they can do.
But what he did, I don't even know what else to say about it, other than it's the definition of depraved. Wicked, evil, inhuman state of mind. He didn't just leave her and forget about her. He tortured her.
With clear disdain in his voice, Judge Matthew Stepniewski saying only a person who lacks empathy would be capable of murdering a child in the way Buskey did.
You're going to be locked up yourself, for the rest of your life. And it's already been mentioned, in conditions better than your own daughter suffered. Which I suppose is how it should be.
Buskey's son.
Big M, did you hear it that time?
Yeah.
Diabolical, yo. What are your thoughts?
Wow. He kept his son in a cage and she was in a pack.
Yeah. How come he didn't do both of them? Why only the little girl? You know what I'm saying? Like I always don't understand why, they unalive one. Like the mom with the 2 shorties in the suitcase and let one live. Michelle Blair.
Maybe the boy was on his way to die too, or he was like, he kept him in a cage for the 5-year, the boy. So he had to do them both the same way. She probably was younger and weaker.
Right. And Big M, did I see this man crying?
Crying like a baby.
You mean a bitch? Wait, I know you're lying to me. That's crazy work.
He slapped on the ass.
He needs some belt to the ass.
He gonna get it in prison.
And I wonder, never mind, let me not say that. Let me just be professional.
What?
Hold on. Let me play this last little clip, and then we're going to get into the case of Alexandria, Nalexa Alexandria in Tampa, Florida.
Hold on. Another app to manage your team. Let me introduce you to Connect Team, the one platform that replaces.
In case of alleged child abuse, twin 6-week-old boys suffering life-threatening injuries, their parents now facing charges.
Both children are recovering now in the hospitals, had they not been taken to the hospital, the doctors told us it was likely they could have died.
The investigation started last month when authorities say the mother brought one of the babies to the emergency room. Good evening. I'm Karen Edwards.
I'm Matt Malloy. Hospital staff then asked to see the boys' twin, finding both had extensive injuries they believed were the result of abuse. 13 Wham's Daniel Finkelstein has more on the charges against the parents.
Cameron Douglas and Brittany Spicer were both emotional in tonight's jailhouse arraignment. Members showed up to support him, and while they didn't speak on camera, they told me he's a loving father who's devastated about what happened. It's a case Wayne County Sheriff Rob Milby says shocks the conscience. 2 parents arrested, charged in connection with serious injuries to their 2 twins, only 6 weeks old.
The investigation's ongoing, and we're going to continue to work closely with the district attorney's office. There is the possibility of further charges, but what I can say is that the parents have been relieved of their parental duties for the time being. The result has been removed.
The sheriff says 32-year-old Cameron Douglas and 34-year-old Brittany Spicer, both of Clyde, were arrested Thursday. The investigation began in mid-March after one of the 2 babies were brought to the Newark Wayne Community Hospital with serious injuries. The hospital staff alerting Child Protective Services.
The hospital also asked that the 6-week-old's twin be sent to the hospital. And that's where it was discovered that the second 6-week-old also had life-threatening injuries. Both children were suffering from brain bleeds, broken bones, and other trauma to their bodies, to include severe burns.
The children were then rushed to Strong Memorial Hospital. While Milby couldn't share their exact condition, we're told the twins are now recovering.
Had they not been taken to the hospital, the doctors told us it was likely they could have died.
Douglas is now charged with 2 counts of assault. Prosecutors say Douglas is currently on parole for a 2012 attempted robbery conviction. Spicer is charged with 2 counts of endangering the welfare of a child. Both have been ordered to stay away from the newborns and the hospital where they're being treated.
The underlying facts and circumstances of this case are egregious, to say the least. Again, I cannot give details of what the specific allegations are beyond what the pleading state, but the facts and circumstances are very shocking.
Both parents pleaded not guilty to the charges and are due back in court next week. Douglas remains in custody here at the Wayne County Jail. Spicer was released. In Lyons, Daniel Finkelstein, 13 WHAM News.
Well, fucking damn. This is the Big M.
6 weeks old. 6 weeks old. You carried them babies for 9 months. 6 weeks. And you beat the baby?
Diabolical, yo.
Did they say Wayne County?
Nah, that wasn't Wayne County. Let me see where. Actually, don't let me lie to you, because honestly, hold on, let me go double check. Hold on, y'all.
They had on red, yellow, they had on yellow, blue.
What? Okay, hold on. Big M, remember that day? I always say, remember that day when I said it and you were like, JJ, this is not the new norm. It's crazy. Like, I mean, because you are a little bit older than me, not, so we did grow up in a different times, and, like, I want to just, again, reflect on how you feel about that statement now.
You was right. This is getting a new norm. I grew up when mothers was mothers, and we had a community where you went down the street and that person can tell you, you can't play on this thing, and you didn't say anything, and you respected her, and you said yes ma'am and no ma'am. And this stuff they having now, where mothers are just putting their kids in freezers or in suitcases, or just, letting people just rape them. This is diabolical. This is all new to me. It's new generation, and I hate that I live past to see this. I'm sorry. I really feel for my grandkids. I don't want no more grandkids. I'm like, man, not in this time frame.
Are you concerned for your grandbabies?
Hell yeah.
I know that's right. I thought you was gonna say, oh hecky, yeah, but I felt like you'd say, oh hecky, nah, but yeah, I'm the shorties out here, y'all. If you got kids, hold them tight, protect them.
Especially little black girls, they taking them by the dozens. Cause
yeah,
they're not looking. They're not searching for little black kids. Brown kids, they not. Now, if you don't palm people, oh yeah.
I always say it, I'm with you when you're right. Big M, I'm with you when you're right. And, you're not really wrong more ever. Well, sometimes, but not very often.
Me and you both can have the same thing. We both can be lost at the same time. By your skin color, even though they don't know yet you're mixed, but by your skin color, you're going to come priority over me.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to agree with that statement, even though I hate that I have to. You know how I feel about color, Big M. But yeah, you're not lying. It does. That is definitely a fact. But one day I hope we can not look at color and just character. But what year did Martin Luther King say that speech? 1969 or 68, I do believe. Still waiting a long time. Still waiting. But yeah, Big M, it's really unfortunate. Oh, my bad, y'all. I just saw a spider. I'm dead. Hold on, y'all. If
leave it to Trump. If it was up to him, Martin Luther King never did this.
Man, we ain't even gonna get started on that. How many felons does our president have, Big M? I know you know.
34.
34. Wow. I'll be damned. So real quick, y'all, this is the story. It happened 9 months ago. 2 gentlemen and what they did to this innocent, poor little girl. And her adolescence was stole from her, yo. Big M, you have anything to say about it before we play it?
No, this was just a real tragic story to me. Little girl that was lost. And it was just sad. Go ahead. I don't want to tell it before it started.
Y'all, again, I'm going to say this one time. Parental advisory, mature audience only, y'all. You cannot put an age on maturity, yo. You cannot do it. So, yeah. I warned you. Mature audience only.
At High Point Virtual Academy of Michigan, students across the state receive the education they deserve with a personalized approach, tuition-free, and from the comfort of home. Whether you're
Justice Watch.
We stopped. Hello? Hello? What happened? JJ? I know I'm trying to... Oh, she must have died. Her laptop, I think, died. Well, I was have to sit here and talk. The story we was trying to play is about a 14-year-old girl who was looking for, who never really had love, who made a lot of bad decisions because she felt neglected. Okay, no problem. We gonna keep talking. Yeah. Her birth mother, she's gonna play that part about her birth mother, didn't want her. And she felt really neglected. And she really acted out and met the wrong people. That's what I say, that these young girls need to feel loved. If they don't feel loved, they will fall into the wrong hands. That's why I make sure I tell my granddaughters every day they're beautiful, they're gorgeous and stuff like that. And you have to, because nowadays, with stuff that's going on now, in this generation, how they don't care and how they just go for the fly and everything, is really sad. And it really got me thinking about when my grandkids grow up, what is it going to be like? When they teenagers, what is they know I'm going to be like? Because they shooting people, they shooting kids, they shooting old people. They even raping the old lady. One man raped the 84-year-old woman. I mean, come on. What are they going to do next? I just think we live in the last days. All these little artists and stuff is playing with these.
What up, though, y'all? Sorry. I meant to tell y'all, and right when I went on mute, it said power off. But we are back in action. I apologize. Thank you for, doing your thing, Big M.
Yeah. Gotta keep Sarah in a town. I want her to, leave.
Oh, I must say this. You did great. You did great. You did a great job. And Sarah, thank you for your support and interacting with Big M and yours truly, yo.
Yes, I really like that. And thank you.
When someone gives me unsolicited advice. When I was younger, it came mainly from family, whether it was like a family member telling me.
But things didn't end there. For the next 4 months.
One bag, infinite possibilities. Kate Spade.
Monster Math presents
I
Counting
sent
to
you
10.
my code.
Okay, class. Let's count these munchkins together. 1, 2.
Again, what'd you say?
I sent you the code to get rid of all these damn ads.
On the phone or off of the one Facebook you had for the longest or the newest one, because I don't remember no code.
I did.
But wait, yeah, you did. Now I remember the premium.
Yeah, so you can stop doing these damn ads. I hate them fucking shit.
Dude, it's so weird hearing you say fucking.
Yeah.
I hope.
Okay.
What's her name? LaQuisha or Liquid? What's her name? Don't let her come out, please.
Laquita.
Yeah. Leave Laquita alone. Like, let her go back deep down inside of it.
When I cussing, come on, I cuss a lot. Yeah, that's when I'm smoking.
Yeah,
honestly.
That was a big indicator. Was that fucking that oomph in her? Sorry, y'all. Let's keep on going, y'all.
You will see these videos, and you will see Nylexia.
For 2 months, there will be a manhunt for information, and while the
that you will make the right choice.
January 13th, 2008. The world would make way for Nylexia Alexander. Nylexia would be born.
Nylexia.
That's an ugly name, but I'm sorry. She's a pretty girl, but that was an ugly name. And I like it.
Damn, Big M, what the fuck? No, I mean, you're allowed to have your own opinion, it definitely doesn't look how it sounds, I must say, but, yeah, let's keep listening.
Sound like dyslexia, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly dyslexia.
So it's like, I wouldn't want to name my child Nylexia. Like, dyslexia is like putting dyslexia on her. No, I'm sorry. I'm a little high. I'm gonna go on mute.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna meet you in the garden, Big M. Stay right there.
In Brandon, Florida. However, upon birth, that would be the beginning of her troubles. After being carried for 9 months, her mother would choose to sign a set of papers. These papers would turn her over to the state. Now, as far as the reason as to why she put her daughter up for adoption, I can't say, but she did. For the first 1.5 years of her life, Nylexia was basically property of the state. Around the time when she hit 1.5 years old, things would change. That would be the age that she would receive her first foster mother. Now normally, when an adult chooses to foster a child of this age, it's kind of like a pretrial. You keep the baby for a minute and you choose whether or not you want to adopt it, or you can choose to give it back. In her case, she was given back. But things didn't end there. For the next 4 months, she would be shipped between 4 separate foster homes with 4 separate foster mothers. Now, for whatever reason, none of them managed to make a connection with Nilexia. It seems as if things were in an endless cycle. She would be foster parented and then return until a turnaround would happen. Around the age of 2, Nilexia would meet Ashley Alexander. In the beginning process, she too was a foster parent, and she would keep her for the next 2 years. But this time, Nilexia wouldn't be returned. Her mother Ashley would decide to adopt her and finally give her a permanent home. Ashley would treat Nilexia as if she birthed her herself. This was her daughter, and you couldn't tell her any different. In her early years, Nilexia was sweet. She was funny. She was also someone who garnered the attention of her teachers. She enjoyed learning. From the outside looking in, she was your normal, goofy child, but she struggled with things. Her mother would explain that although she was too young to remember being foster parented, the trauma stuck with her. One day Nilexia did something to get in trouble, and when her mother got on to her, she began to tell her mother, "Please, don't send me back." In that moment, her mother would realize just how much being a foster child truly affected her. Just because you can't recollect a situation because you were too young doesn't mean it wasn't implanted into your subconscious. After all, the first few years of being born are the most crucial, the most detrimental, and for the first couple of years of her life, she was being given away. Being the loving mother that Ashley was, she would work with her through her trauma and try her best to help her get along. Now, for the next few years, things were okay. By the age of 12, Nilexia had begun to wonder about her biological parents, so her mother Ashley would go on Facebook, and guess what? She manages to find them. They set a date, and they agree to meet up in public. That way Nilexia could meet her birth parents. So it's Christmas, 2019. Nilexia is so elated. She had always wondered about her true parents, and this was the day. It was finally here. She was about to meet them. So Ashley and Alexia would make their way to this restaurant, and they would sit there for a couple of hours. And ultimately, her biological parents were a no-show. To say that Nilexia was hurt is an understatement. She had always had questions of why they truly gave her away. But now she had another question. Why didn't they want to meet her? After that day, she was never the same. Immediately after being stood up by her biological parents, her behavior would change. She would begin getting into trouble, throwing tantrums, and even running away. She even began to turn on her foster mother. She began telling Ashley that, "You're not my real mother. I don't want to live here." But to make matters worse, Nilexia suffered from bipolar disorder. Her adoptive mother did the best she could to get her the help she needed. She was in and out of DCF programs. She was even enrolled in a special school, but it did little to help her behavior. For the next 2 years, it would only get worse. And by the time Nilexia was 14 years old, it would take a turn for the worse. Her mother would begin to realize that she was receiving messages on her phone from older men. And the running away, well, she was still doing it. Her mother can't even count on one hand how many times the police had to bring her home. In May of 2022, Nilexia Alexander would run away once more, but this time, she wouldn't be returning.
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun, fast, and intelligent way to launch online. Landing pages, content hubs, e-commerce sites.
May 6th, 2022. Around 4 a.m., the Tampa Police Department would be dispatched to Florabraska Avenue. At the time, they are responding to a call about shots being fired. When they arrive, they notice someone unresponsive laying in a field, about 6 feet away from the roadway. The victim was found with no identification and no personal belongings. Unable to identify the victim, they would release a picture later on that day, a picture of a distinctive tattoo. That same day, her adopted mother happened to be scrolling on news media, and she came across this picture. When she does, her heart drops, because she immediately knows that it's not Lexia. She would then have to take that sad trip down to the morgue and help identify the remains. The initial crime scene had little to no evidence. They found a few shell casings, but aside from that, nothing. For the next 2 months, they would work vigorously to find suspects, and the hard work would pay off. They would announce the arrest of Ronnie Walker, as well as another guy who goes by the name of Robert Creed.
Yesterday afternoon, the Tampa Police Department, the U.S. Marshals Task Force, arrested 44-year-old Ronell Walker. We have zero tolerance for gun crime, especially when it involves the life of a young juvenile in the city of Tampa. I want to thank our homicide squad. Those detectives worked tirelessly to bring this person to justice. As a parent, I know that this will never take away that deep sense of loss that Ashley and her family feel that their daughter will never come home to them again. As a police department, we hope this arrest provides some sense of closure for the family.
Tampa Police Department detectives, and thank y'all. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. The community, the tips, I thank you all. I thank everyone who was able to bring this person to justice.
Real quick, just so you guys know, I dropped the link if you want to become a member. The link is in the chat. And this is super, super sad, yo. But let's keep listening. Big M, you have anything to say?
What'd you say?
I said that this is super, super sad. Super duper sad. And I asked it what your thoughts were, and then I told everybody that I dropped the link if they wanted to grab themselves a membership and wanted to look better in green over here, you know?
I'm sorry. Man, this is super sad. This is super sad. I talked about it when you had me on, laptop had died. It is. It's like she never found love. Well, she found love, but didn't realize it. She finally found someone, and then found her mother. I think she shouldn't have really looked for her mother. I don't think the mother should have found her mother.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like when it comes to adoption or being adopted, it's you're playing like in a sense Russian roulette. Should go meet my parents, don't go meet my parents. You never know what door might be open. And you remember that little girl in Detroit that was found. Oh, look at Sarah. Thank you for that new membership. Let's go. Let's go. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you for becoming a member. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. And look, Sarah, you look way better in green over here. I'm just saying. Let's give you a round of applause. Thank you. Big M. Remember the little girl in Detroit? Wasn't there like adoption or something going on with that one too?
You talk about the Rebecca one?
No, I'm talking about the one in Detroit where, remember, she was found 12 days later. Or she escaped.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I got supposed to Mark D drop a video tonight about that regarding the guy supposed to did an exclusive with Mark D. He talking to Mark D. He said it's not what everybody's seeming.
Well, I want to say this, Big M. I did run into somebody over on the Tickety Tockety app, the good old TikTok app. And she is a family member of the little girl. Yeah. And she took her accountability. She talked about how the family could have did more. It was crazy. I forgot to tell you about that. Damn, I forgot to tell you about that. But yeah, I did run into some ladies on the panel, and one of them happened to be related to that little girl. But I just, again, back to stay on track. Again, I remember off dribble. So that case, Naziah Harris, she was adopted. Let's see, Rebecca Park was adopted. Again, I think that you never know. So, like, the question is, do you want to meet your real parents or not if you are adopted?
But Naziah Harris' case was a little different. She should have never been able to adopt Naziah Harris. She should have never been allowed. I don't see
Right,
how she got.
But in a sense, I feel like all of these cases are fucked up. I'm gonna just say that. They're all definitely different, and they're all just so fucked up. And all these parents that carry these shorties for 9 months go through all that agony just to I don't know. I just don't get it.
Oh yeah, she read her. She know her real mother.
I come from a long line of adoption, y'all, and I don't know. I guess it's to each his own. Well, different stroke for different folks. Whatever you want to do, just buckle up, I guess. Sarah says, I'm adopted. I know my real mom, not my dad, my real dad. Okay, Sarah. Do you want to find your real dad? Let me ask somebody that's adopted. Sarah, have you tried to find your real dad? Do you want to? Tell us a little bit about what the question we asked. Do you agree with the statement I said that, yeah, you never know? But yeah, we're going to keep on listening. Go ahead and type that answer up in the chat, yo. And thank you again for that membership. And thank you for engaging with yours truly in the biggest M I know,
Yeah, thank you for the membership. And I would like to know, my family, I guess we're from the South, and we just believe in keeping all our kids. No matter what, you had the baby, you keep the baby. So.
See, like us, we just got shipped to Granny's house, yo. Everybody, every single one of us. It was all me and my cousin sharing one blanket, eating 2 Fruit Loops in our bowl, and we rode it out. We was all at Granny's house. Not adopted, but shit. Felt like it.
My mama lived with my grandmother. My grandma lived with us. And we all was like a big family. It was like a lot of us that grew up together. So, yeah.
Well, in the year of 2026, in my opinion only, I think that we've lost the sight of family, and a lot of people got relatives out here. We've lost the sight of the good old family tradition. Sarah says, I'm not sure if I want to or not. To be honest, I have fought my whole life questioning whether I want to know or not. I have questions for sure, but not sure about a relationship with him. Interesting. Do you know what he looks like, Sarah? Again, I don't know. This is a hard question. I mean, I feel like it just depends on the person, and I feel like we're all entitled to feel how we want to feel. And, I can answer it for me. I know me, I always gotta know, and it gets me in trouble. Like, I always gotta know, and if I don't know, I try to figure it out, which I'm working on me, y'all. I'm working on me. Yeah, I think I would probably go try to figure it out. I definitely would. I found my adopted brother. I found my my adopted brother and my adopted aunt. So I'm gonna say I probably would. Just so I could say that I did, and I hugged my real parents. That would be me, yours truly. Sarah said, all I know is he is a pimp. Okay, Sarah, I wish I was lying, So you might have a couple brothers and sisters out there that you may or may not know about. Be careful out there, Sarah. Make sure, You know, you don't run into your sister or your brother, you know. If you know, you know. In my Joe Dirt voice.
Yeah, I would want to know too. I would search because I'm a searcher. I like to research stuff, so I would definitely look and research some stuff.
A real thing, last thing about adoption, and we're moving on. One thing I would have to say is like, you know, that could open a door to like, okay, are you gonna find out if your adopted parents lied to you your whole life? Did they tell you the truth? Then you open the can of worms. Okay, well now I feel some type of way because these motherfuckers lied to me my whole life, and now I got all this emotions raging from meeting my real parents. Like, it could just be a recipe for disaster if you're not smart. And Sarah says, I've met 4 or 5 of them as an adult. I have found out they... Oh, wait. So, wait, Sarah. So you're telling me... Hold on, Sarah. You're telling me... Was it like the Joe Dirt experience? You have seen Joe Dirt. I know you have. You gotta have seen Joe Dirt. Don't let me assume, actually. I do know who Sarah is in real life, y'all. I was adopted at birth. I didn't know this about Sarah, though. And it feels weird calling you Sarah. Because this is funny. I was adopted at birth ago, so it's a little different. Yeah, that is a difference, too. If you're adopted right from birth, or like yours truly, I was adopted at 13 years old. And my dad was adopted at 10 years old. My aunt was adopted at birth. My brother was adopted at birth. I think that's it. Oh, all 5 of the strongest G's I know were adopted out, but not at birth. They were all separated.
Wow, I couldn't imagine having a kid out there. I don't know how they doing.
Touche, Big M. Sarah says, carry on, Wadsworth. Oh, my bad, that was the song. She said, carry on, though. Even enough about my life. All right, Sarah. And since you insist. I'm just kidding. All right, let's keep on keeping on, y'all.
But things didn't end there. For the next 4 months,
Oh, yeah, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for yours truly in the biggest M. I know, you know, and those emojis down there on the right, my right, your left, whatever, or down there on the side by that comment bar. Hit them emojis to push us out there on the YouTube page, y'all.
she would be shipped between 4 separate foster homes with 4 separate foster mothers. Now, for whatever reason, none of them managed to make a connection with Nilexia. It seems as if things were in an endless cycle. She would be foster parented and then return until a turnaround would happen. Around the age of 2, Nilexia would meet Ashley Alexander. In the beginning process, she too was a foster parent, and she would keep her for the next 2 years. But this time, Nilexia wouldn't be returned. Her mother Ashley would decide to adopt her and finally give her a permanent home. Ashley would treat Nilexia as if she birthed her herself. This was her daughter, and you couldn't tell her any different. In her early years, Nilexia was sweet. She was funny. She was also someone who garnered the attention of her teachers. She enjoyed learning. From the outside looking in, she was your normal, goofy child, but she struggled with things. Her mother would explain that although she was too young to remember being foster parented, the trauma stuck with her. One day, Nilexia did something to get in trouble, and when her mother got on...
Yes, ma'am.
We went past this already.
Oh, my bad. What?
Who's on mama?
Okay, my bad, y'all.
You're not my real mother.
That sound good? Or a little further?
We was on the mama.
Okay.
Talking.
RuPaul's Drag Race is back. 14 new queens shine brighter than ever. This is OG
Media. And she came across this picture. When she does, her heart drops.
Especially when it involves the life of a young
To Justice, I thank you. And who was able, the community, the tips,
of closure.
the community,
Better.
the tips. I thank you all.
Yeah.
I thank everyone who was able to bring this person to justice. I thank you. It won't bring my baby girl back, but it will give me some peace that he's off the streets and a little bit of closure. This is just the beginning. This is our beginning.
After the arrest, Ronnie Walker would be indicted on charges of murder. As for Robert Creed, he was charged with accessory after the fact. As far as the connection between Ronnie Walker and Robert Creed, they were lifelong friends. They had known each other since they were children. In the year of 2025, the trial would begin for Ronnie Walker. And when the trial began, that friendship would be put to the test because Robert Creed would flip, and in hopes of receiving a lesser charge, he would turn state witness. It turns out that the night that Alexia lost her life, Robert Creed was present, and when interviewed by the authorities, he told it all, every single detail.
Morning. In May.
I wonder if he got a sweet ass motherfucking deal like we know some convicts got out here in America because he cooperated. I'm curious to see. What do you think, Begin?
I don't know. I didn't finish his thing, but yeah, he was singing like Canary.
Man, I just said it. I wouldn't, if it was, if I was to do a crime, I'm definitely not I'm doing the crime by myself, yo. My mom always said, if you want something done right, do it your damn self, yo. But not, in this content, but I was just saying.
I ain't gonna tell nobody but God.
Hey, say it again, Begin.
But I wanted to say this one more thing, Sarah. Don't get off the subject. But I think that you're the blessed one because you was chosen. So,
Yes, Sarah, you are a chosen one. They're not like us. They're not like us.
she chose to be your mother or your parents. That was a blessing. So you was really loved. I'm done talking.
Oh, okay. My bad. Let's keep listening, y'all.
Of 2022, 14-year-old Nilexia Alexander had run away from home. It wasn't her first time running away from home. She'd been struggling and acting as immaturely. And in that May of 2022, Nilexia made a decision that ultimately led to her death. Because on May the 6th of 2022, at around 3 a.m., Nilexia Alexander got in the car belonging to that man right there, Ronnie Walker. She'd been out on the streets. She'd been wandering around. She was in an apartment complex. And she gets picked up by Ronnie Walker.
The story now brings us back to May 6th of 2022 and what exactly transpired on that day. On that night, in the late night hours, Ronnie Walker had picked up Nilexia Alexander, who at the time was a runaway. She had been sleeping in parks and roaming around apartment complexes. When Alexia was picked up in the car on that evening, in that car was Ronnie Walker and Robert Creed. Ronnie takes Alexia to a convenience store and he buys her juice to drink. After leaving the convenience store, he then drives around with Alexia in the car. They go through various neighborhoods, just driving in and out of streets. And then, around 3 a.m., he would take Alexia to Florabraska Avenue. Now, this area is a dead end. It leads to nothing but a vacant field. He parks next to that vacant field, and he cuts the car off. It's at this time that Robert Creed alleges that that's when Ronnie begins yelling at Alexia. He says that Ronnie was screaming and shouting, asking Alexia if she was seeing another guy. Robert alleges that he really wasn't paying too much attention to them, but then out of nowhere, he hears a shot. At this time, Alexia would be hit in the shoulder region. Ronnie Walker then orders Alexia to exit the vehicle. She exits, and he follows behind her. They are now standing in a vacant field, and while Alexia is walking forward, Ronnie would raise his weapon once more. He would then fire a total of 4 more times, with 3 of those striking Alexia. Those projectiles would hit her in the head region. She then collapses and falls in the field. And then
Bob told us that they were going to test the alien craft that night.
I have seen extraterrestrials face.
And then Ronnie Walker walks away. He goes back to his vehicle. He starts it up. And he drives away with the headlights off. Unbeknownst to him, he doesn't realize that Alexia Alexander has left her phone inside of his vehicle, in the back seat of the car, as well as the drink that she was drinking. During the investigation, the authorities were able to track that phone. The phone would be tracked on that night going to a convenience store. And inside of that convenience store, Ronnie Walker would be captured on surveillance, as well as Robert Creed. The next day, the phone is still in the back seat. Ronnie has no idea. He drives his vehicle to a hospital, and at that hospital, they have license plate readers. They ran the license plate, and this is what gives them a name, Ronnie Walker. After identifying Ronnie, they attempt to arrest him, but he doesn't have an address on file, at least not one that he's at. They then cross-reference his license plate to see where the vehicle was purchased. This would lead them to a car lot. And guess what? When they get to this car lot, Ronnie Walker is present. He works there. He is immediately arrested, and his vehicle is towed for further processing. During the search, they would find blood in his vehicle. The DNA would be a direct match to Alexia Alexander. In the end, it would be Alexia that led the investigators to the suspects. The only question at hand now is why. And I want to be clear. Everything that I have said up until this point is what the prosecution alleges. They believe
everything that we have heard so far, y'all, is allegedly, Big M, any thoughts?
It ain't allegedly. This true. It all went to trial.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because we discussed that we can talk how we want because we won't hinder the case. So yeah, these dudes are diabolical, and I'm glad that one snitched on one. But I feel like they both should be punished the same. That's my opinion, and my opinion only.
Yeah.
Do you think old buddy is less wrong because he snitched, Big M?
From what he was saying, he had no really interaction, but I think what he is guilty of is he knew that she was underage in a facility. Now, whether he was involved with the killing because he said he did it. Go ahead and play it.
Okay. All right, I just wanted to see. I just want to see how you felt. Because we can be very opinionated in this case because it is closed, yo.
They was just low down. They was low down. I think they both should get some time, but I don't think he should get the max like he did because he wasn't really, from his standpoint, he wasn't really involved.
Do you believe in Big M?
No.
Okay, I didn't. All right, but if we listen to this case, then it seems like he is not involved. But I think he's full of shit.
This man had, I don't know if he said on this part, he had 21 felonies.
The one that snitched.
The one that he had 20.
Oh yeah, I'm going on mute. Said I don't believe shit 21 felonies got to say. I feel like he took his opportunity and ran with it. That's what I feel like. That's my opinion.
Mine too, because it's like I think he should get at least 40 years, but not life.
I'm still stuck on how 21 fucking felonies. This little girl may still be here, y'all, if maybe the judicial system did their fucking job.
No, the one who snitched had 21 felonies.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't feel.
If it was 21 or 31. But it was a lot.
Right. But and me from listening to this case, and I know he's claiming whatever he's claiming, but in my opinion, I think he's full of shit, and I feel like he knew, and maybe who knows? Like I said, and him having all those felonies, if he he could have never bumped into this guy or whatever reason, what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to say. Because 21 felonies, that's crazy. I thought it was 3 strikes you're out, or maybe he caught all 21 in one charge. Like that video where we saw that babysitter beating the shit out of the 18-month-old, and they said, oh yeah, you would think 50 easy felonies. Nah, just 1.
But if he had 20 felonies at one time, he should still be in jail.
Man say. Again, let's keep listening. It's almost over, y'all. Let's see what happens with Robert Creed and Mr. Ronnie Walk.
Believe the motive is that Ronnie believed that Nylexia had gave him an STD that he then passed to his girlfriend.
Yo, what?
that part.
What? Only in fucking America. I'm going on mute.
They believe that this officially outs this relationship that they had going on. So he got rid of the evidence. Robert Creed would plead guilty to accessory after the fact, while Ronnie Walker's trial is presently going on. But that's not where the story ends, because Ronnie Walker says he's innocent and that Robert Creed is the one who pulled the trigger. His defense team is arguing that he's basically been railroaded.
The facts and the evidence are going to show that this is a case.
Let me guess. The facts and all the 21 other felonies, you were railroaded too, my guy. Shut up.
Where one man, and one man only, is responsible for Nylexia Alexander's death, and that is Robert Quincy Creed.
What I really like about my therapist.
See, this is where I'm confused. If you had nothing to do with it, why would you take the charge of accessory after the fact? That's something to do with it. I'm just saying. I'm no lawyer. I'm no, I'm just yours truly.
He drove the car to get away. No, he was in the car. After the fact, he killed her. They left together. He didn't stay to give her aid.
All right, Big M. Hypothetically, I pull up. I say, you come and you think I'm coming to pick you up so we can go to the dispensary, right? So you get in the car. We pull up. I say, hey, I got to make a stop real quick, right? And, you know, and then you say, well, where are we going, JJ? And I say, you know, just mind your business, Big M. Just mind your business, you know? And then I go in and I park and you think it's weird. It's like out of character. And I get back in the car, you know, something's going to be a little off, maybe a little sweat, maybe a little, I don't know, clothes like looking a little like roughed up. I don't know, something. Aren't you going to be like, hey, how'd it go? Or, you know, like, they're making it seem like dude just pulled up, he got out, did this horrendous ass act, got back in the car like nothing happened. Like, come on, man.
Well, he had to hear the shots and know that she wasn't there. Now, he shot her in the car first. In the arm or something like that. And that's what blood in the car. And her phone is in the car. That's what sealed the deal for him. He said he didn't never know her, but the phone is in the car and her DNA is in the car.
And she was shot in the car. So maybe dude said, hey, yo, can you go take 5 blocks and come back, dog? Like, Big M. So just imagine me saying, yo, get out, go take a walk. Like, what?
Man, I'm this. I ain't look him. I ain't look him. Nigga, I'm singing like a canary.
Me too. Every time I'm singing, you better. Yeah, I'm singing.
I'm singing like Anita Baker.
And I'm singing from the jump, yo. Like, we ain't gonna have to, y'all ain't gonna have to rub me the right way. You ain't gonna have to offer me shit. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know what the motherfucking deal is right away.
No, they put a handcuffs out. No, I can't go in there.
Especially if it has to do with the motherfucking shorty, yo.
Is that sometimes she is not afraid to just tell me.
As you heard from Mr. Terry, I expect that you will get to hear from Mr. Creed. And I'm going to go through some of the circumstances under which Mr. Creed is facing charges. And I'm going to go through a little bit of the investigation and touch on some of the points that the prosecution left out during their opening statement. So forgive me if you see and hear some of the same things, but I'm asking you to look at it from a different perspective. This name, Robert Creed, started coming up a lot in the investigation, so naturally, Detective Wieland, who's the lead detective in the case, I expect you will hear from him, he then starts to look into Mr. Creed. He interviews Mr. Creed, he pulls phone records for Mr. Creed, and when he pulls the phone records for Mr. Creed, it's not to be minimized. It's not that there was some phone calls between Mr. Creed and Nilexia Alexander. You're going to see the phone records, and you're going to see starting as back as far as April 29th, 2022, so we're talking just a couple of days before the shooting. There are multiple phone calls, multiple text messages between Mr. Creed and or Nilexia Alexander. Either he's calling her or she's calling him or back and forth. And those phone contacts continue up until April 30th. And then after that, there's nothing else. But this is the connection that law enforcement was looking for. How did Nilexia Alexander end up in that black Ford? Well, now we know, because she was there to see Robert Creed. During the first interview, Robert Creed denies knowing Nilexia Alexander. When they confront Robert Creed with the phone records, Robert Creed says, no, that's not true, that's not me, I don't know who this person is, I don't know anything about someone dying. The second time you hear that an interview is done with Mr. Creed, you're going to learn that at that point, the interview goes a little bit differently. Because what the evidence will show is that that interview starts off with the detective telling Mr. Creed, if you don't tell me that someone else did this, we're going to have to charge you with murder. And from there on out, Robert Creed mimics, repeats what the detective had told him.
Hi, I'm Prenuvo, a revolutionary proactive health MRI scan.
And I'm a frustrated patient whose abdominal pain has not been taken seriously.
Not to worry, I scan for hundreds of conditions to help patients like you be more informed on all.
There's only 3 people who truly know what happened on that evening, and that's Ronnie Walker, his friend, Robert Creed, and Nilexia Alexander. Needless to say, Nilexia isn't here to tell her side of the story. Is this truly a case where Ronnie Walker did what he did to Nilexia because of what the prosecution team alleges? Or is this a case of Robert Creed throwing his best friend under the bus? I want to be...
I'm gonna say for 500, he definitely was throwing his friend under the bus to see if he could get himself a sweeter deal. You know, I'm gonna say it again. Lord, protect me from my friends, because I can handle my enemies. By golly.
Yeah, for sure.
One thing for sure, 2 things for certain.
Clear. There is 0 proof that Ronnie Walker ever texted or called Nilexia. The only person that they could trace back to Nilexia was Robert Creed. It was his phone that was messaging her. It was his phone in which the calls came from, which only leaves 2 scenarios. Either Ronnie Walker was using his best friend's phone to contact Nilexia, or the person who Nilexia truly knew in the car on that evening was Robert Creed. Will we ever find out the truth? I guess only time will tell, because as I said, Ronnie Walker is currently having his trial, and Robert Creed has already pleaded guilty to a lesser charge.
Our top story tonight, friends and family of a 14...
Wow, y'all. So that is the story. What are your thoughts, yo? Let yours truly know in the biggest M. I know, you know, what you think. I feel like they got this right. I feel like he was throwing he's not innocent. They both, I feel like, definitely did this crime together, and you know, that's why it's probably a good idea, if you're going to do something, do it by yourself. Because if you have a shitty friend like Buddy here, you're probably going to get thrown under the bus. Because if it's you or me, I know I'm choosing me.
Well, they if he did it by himself, he still was dumb because she had left the phone in the car, and he shot her in the car. So DNA was in the car.
Right, and you can't tell me, dude, you didn't see it. So, you know, again, I mean, unless he's Dexter, his brother, you know, and put the plastic down and did his thing, you know, there probably was a mess all around, you know, so it's like, you didn't see that? Getaway driver, you?
He shot her 1 time in the car, and then made her get out the car, and then shot her 4 times in the field. So that man had to hear those shots. I would have left me here. I'm not doing that. Mm-mm.
I would have started beating him up and saved her life.
Men ain't men no more.
Yeah, I mean, we ain't even gonna start there. But yeah, say it one more time, Big M. I didn't hear you.
Men ain't men no more. They trying to wear skirts.
Mm-hmm.
They will pop.
Yeah, Big M, you know, and it does say in that one good book I do like to read, man shall lead, you know, and you see what happens. We so Sarah says neither of them are innocent, you know. Yeah, I agree with you, Sarah. I'm with you when you're right. Big M, do you think dude is innocent or guilty? Let's hear your opinion.
I believe they both guilty now. After thinking about and looking at them and seeing more evidence, because I didn't finish watching it because you sent me the other case, and
Oh, real quick, what do you think about that other case?
I didn't finish watching it. That's why I told you we could do it tonight.
You want to do? I thought you meant this one. So I was gonna do that one tomorrow.
Okay, I'm saying I thought we were gonna do both, but it's fine. We did the other ones, but it's fine. We'll do it tomorrow.
No, look at Big M. She's hungry, y'all. I'm hungry too, you know, because, you know, we've been a little rocky over here because, you know, people, life's for lifers that are out here lifing. You know, I'm doing life, and life got to lifing. And, you know, we are definitely, for sure, 100%, we are going to be back once a day for sure. That's for sure. Y'all know I used to come out here. We used to come out here 2-3 times a day, Monday through Sunday. You know, so we're going to get back on track with that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Big M, any last thoughts in the chat, in the bushes, Big M?
I lost my train of thought. Give me a minute.
All right. Well, real quick, you know, we're going to end it like we do in our new way. We got 2 separate endings. The first one, y'all, in my Winnie the Pooh voice, Christopher Robin, yo. You're smarter than you think, yo. You're braver than you believe. You're stronger than you seem. I feel it in my heart every time. All right, y'all. This is for, of course, the biggest M. I know, you know, and this goes out to you, Nikki P. This is for you, Nikki P. Ready, y'all? The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again. It's about adversity. I'm the spider, you're the spider. It only took me 33 years, y'all. Let's go. Until next time, y'all, be real smooth with it. Be real cool with it. And most importantly, as true as you can be with it. Big M.
Peace.
In my Big M voice, y'all, peace. Sarah says, much love to you both. Much love, Sarah. Salute, 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 everybody. Remember, it's real over here.
Until next time.